The importance of kindness. Sharing is caring. Does that sound familiar? How about leave the place better than you found it? If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. Parents and adults have been telling us these things probably since we were about 4 or 5. I know I heard it from my kindergarten teachers all the time. But after a while, I think we all started to kind of tune them out. They were repeated so many times that they lost meaning. Besides, doesn't everybody know this stuff already? One look at the news will tell you that something got lost in translation. Even if we've heard it a million times, kindness is important. It's helped people since the dawn of time. If you've ever seen any books or movies or TV shows about cavemen and pre-civilization people, it's likely that they were cold and uncaring, but that's just not true. People banded together back then, just as they do now. And they cared for their elderly long after they were of use. Why? Because kindness and compassion are human instincts, as much as anything else. Why? Because kindness and compassion are human instincts. We want to see other people survive as much as we want to survive ourselves. It's not even limited to humans. So many animals travel in groups that there are different names for them. A pride of lions, a pack of wolves, a flock of geese. They protect each other, share food, raise young, and develop close bonds. It's easier to survive when you know you have people there to support you. Okay, I can hear you saying, that's when humans needed to survive. What about now? Society is built, assuming I can make enough money, I'll be fine. Under normal circumstances, that would be a truthful statement, but as I'm sure we've all learned by this point, life has a way of flipping everything we thought we knew on its head. Loneliness and loss can very quickly spiral into a plethora of mental illnesses. Even if the damage isn't visible at first, it can have very real consequences. Some of it will be irreversible. It's impossible to be the same person as before whatever triggered the downward spiral, but with help, recovery is a possibility. Mental illnesses aren't the only possible thing that could pop up either. Community violence is sadly also a concern. School shootings, church shootings, a police brutality, a robbery, a murder. These are all reported on the news far too often, and if you're unlucky enough to have had one of these happen in your area, I'm sure you'll know that the after effects ripple long after the original event. The community is likely uneasy. The idea that nothing could ever happen to you, that everything was safe, has been shattered. If somebody did the stunt before, what's stopping someone else from repeating it? The only way to get past this is to band together and fix whatever issue led to the incident in the first place. When I first started writing this paper, it struck me as ironic that this was the first persuasive essay I'd been asked to write. I had been going through some friend drama at the time, and we'd both forgotten the simple message. Insults were exchanged, and I'm sure we yelled that we hated each other more than once. Insults had most definitely been exchanged, and I'm sure we yelled that we hated each other more than once. I honestly thought I'd never talk to her again, but then I talked to a youth group leader about it, and he told me that our argument had gotten far out of hand. No one was right anymore. He told me that winning wasn't as important as making sure no one's feelings were hurt, and he asked me to apologize. So I did. I learned some important lessons that day about the importance of being truthful and thinking before you speak. And I also learned when to back down. You don't always have to be right. As long as I have my friend with me at the end of the day, everything will be okay. The fact of the matter is that humans are social creatures. We need one another to thrive and make change. Simple compliments can turn somebody's whole life around. Life is always changing. Whether that's good or bad is up for each person to decide. Either way, Why not do something that comes at almost no effort to you and is free? Be kind. It could inspire something far bigger one day.